Get to skip the staging, the showing, and all those repairs. So go ahead, call Local Mart today.
There is never a good time of the year to be under the weather and not feeling your best, but certainly entering into the holiday season, I think we all want to be as healthy as we can possibly be. So lucky for you this morning, we're going to help you plan your weekend because Ed Jones and Katie Kuhlman are on the show with Nutrition World, and tomorrow they are gearing up for a health fair. Is that right?
That's right.
Right. It's actually going to be Chattanooga's biggest holistic health fair that's ever happened. It's our 10th year to do this.
I'm going to pause you because what you said is a very key word, the holistic side of it. So what does that mean, Ed?
What it means is there's a philosophy that I certainly have lived with my entire life, and it keeps getting greater and greater with every decade I do this. I'm 66. I've been doing Nutrition World for 44 years, and it's really a philosophy of integrative health. And what that means is we're losing the connection with the wisdom of being with the earth and the nutrition, the soils, and all of the balance that comes from the right farming methods, and including supporting ourselves with nutritional supplements. Mainstream medicine does not embrace what we do very well. And they have a lot of knowledge, but they have less wisdom. And I've seen people over 44 years recover health in ways that are profound, that won't come from Walgreens, that won't come from more vaccines, that won't come from more just treatments, because our body is like a plant. It needs to grow with topsoil. And I want people to have a team approach, find people that understand this philosophy and have them as your kind of education and help you to learn how to be your best advocate. And that's what this health fair is about, is 60 plus vendors who also believe in the same philosophy. And that is not easy to find, and you will be finding that tomorrow at Nutrition World.
I had a conversation that will air next week with a guy who has an insurance company in town called Brian Beasley, and we were talking about the importance of having adequate insurance coverage. The hope is that you never need it, but you want to take those preventive steps to make sure you're covered in the event of. So that's kind of like what you're saying to me, Ed, that if you'll invest in yourself, then you hopefully don't have the need for the medical visits and that
Absolutely,
kind of thing.
because the thing is, once you start crumbling with health, there are windows of opportunity that still are miraculous, but doing it beforehand, the prevention is how we do it. I just gave away a bunch of Audible books to a vascular institute. I did a big speech there with hundreds of their people, and these are doctors and nurses, and it's a book called Outlive by Dr. Peter Attia. I gave everyone who wanted it a free Audible book because it's going to change the face of medicine. And this is what we're talking about, changing the face of your health by empowering yourself with the team, the knowledge, the education that is not coming from the headlines today.
Okay, so I want to bring Katie into the conversation because if you're starting from scratch, you can kind of get overwhelmed.
Oh, most definitely.
Y'all are very good at kind of guiding people towards some basic first steps, right?
Absolutely. And this health fair specifically, it's going to have 61 vendors, like he said, and I'll lay it out for you guys a little bit. So we're going to have 20 inside of our store, 21 outside, and then 22 over at our Wellness Corner building. And so what this will be like is you're going to be browsing and speaking with experts in our field. And so we have handpicked these experts. It's because we believe in them. They align with the mission of holistic integrative health, and they have knowledge that you guys may not know yet. And so you're sitting at your house and not knowing what to do for your immune system this winter, or you're not feeling well, you don't have enough energy to get through the day, you don't know about what greens to take, where is honey pure and not adulterated. I mean, there's so much stuff to know now. So come let us help you with these vendors and these experts to help you figure out a team approach. And so we have, we brought a limited selection of what we're going to have because we're going to have way more than this, but we're going to have a local kombucha, Chattanooga culture. We're gonna have microgreens, broccoli sprouts. This is one of the truest ways to get the densest sulforaphane. Sulforaphane's wonderful.
And how would you use that? Like in a salad or something?
A little salad. You could eat a little tablespoon a day of it.
Can you mix it with other things if you want to?
Yeah.
Okay, garnish it on some salmon.
You could garnish it on something. It has kind of like a bitter, peppery taste. It's really good.
Okay.
But it's 40 times stronger than broccoli.
Yeah.
40 times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Now, okay, something else. Like you can't see everything that back here that I can see, but they've brought eggs. You partner a lot. You mentioned how we farm. You partner a lot with farmers that you support.
And Katie checks out these farms. Absolutely, from the beekeepers to the ground beef to all the things we do. She vets all these farmers.
Yeah, because think about it. Bees are traveling hundreds of miles. So you're never going to know where they've traveled. Have they traveled to somewhere there's pesticides nearby? Have they traveled to the farm that was actually spraying all the chemicals for the chickens or their cows. So we know where this is located. We know that's not happening. So that's how far we go. And so eggs, we're going to have, we have a wonderful pet section. So we're going to have pet vendors. So we're going to have 3 pet vendors there. We're going to have local handmade skincare and essential oil products. We're going to have all these supplement brands plus more. We're going to have all of our practitioners involved, so our integrative physician, acupuncture, massage therapist, chiropractor, all of those people will be set up with a table to kind of discuss their practice.
It's really a great time for you to be doing it too, because I mean, I think most of us are going to be pretty mired down in the weeks ahead with the holiday season, but probably we're also thinking ahead to New Year's resolutions and the need to kind of make some shifts come January 1.
Yep.
So to get to meet these people and kind of get the ball rolling is a
Exactly,
good
and come
thing.
build your team. We realize that our store is not the only place to come and get your supplements. So we want you to know, can I find a practitioner that could help? Could I get lymphatic drainage? Could I go to an acupuncturist? Could I go to a massage therapist? Like there's a team approach that's needed for health, and that's why we have the wellness corner, and that's why we have these practitioners all coming together.
One of my kids was sick for a while, and so this phrase that became just my mantra, and it worked for me, was I don't know what I don't know.
Yeah.
And I was relying on the people who were helping me to tell me, because I knew about questions, but I didn't know that there might be something else to ask. That's kind of what this partnership is with
Totally,
y'all.
completely. And I always say a phrase I like is, once you know better, you do better. And so for us, once we can give some feedback of knowing that maybe something isn't pure, or knowing there could be a better direction, hopefully we can guide people in that better direction.
Okay, so maybe your homework assignment then for today is to sit down tonight and kind of draw up your own little list of things that are bothering you the most in your life, and then come armed with that tomorrow. How long does the health fair last?
It's 10 to 3, and everyone that comes will also get a free gift bag, and you go around and get free samples from all the tables. So I guarantee by the time you'll leave, this will be full. We also have carotid artery screenings. We have Memorial's lung bus coming.
Great.
Food truck?
truck.
Excellent.
It's going to be so exciting.
So the place to be is Nutrition World. If you don't know where they are, we'll show you. It's right there, pretty much at the corner of Lee Highway and 153. Not exactly, but that's the general area on Lee Highway. You can always find out more at nutritionw.com. And Ed's been doing this for 44 years.
44,
is my math
45
right?
in January.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Julie.
Thank you.
The Hemp House is your local home for top shelf CBD and hemp products. Come meet our experts